Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm your host, Blake. It is August 5th, Friday. We are joined tonight. I got the normal crew. I got Ryan,
Yo.
the dude down in Jacksonville,
Yo,
and
Rick.
that dipshit Rob. What's up, man?
Yo,
And
Dipshit
you will
Rob.
see, hey, it's been a while. I got to take a jab. And you will see we are joined tonight with NFA Nemesis Fighting Alliance representative Brad Carey. Brad, welcome, my friend.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. We're excited to talk, man. I know you guys have got a big event coming up. What is it, next Saturday night?
Next Saturday night, August 13th, at the Arnold Eagles in Arnold, Missouri.
That's awesome. We'll definitely, I'll make sure I post the link. So are tickets still available? Are you guys sold out yet?
We're getting close to sold out, but tickets are still available. But even if they can't make it, we definitely have live pay-per-view that at nemesisfightingalliance.com.
I'm actually glad that you brought up Arnold, Missouri. That's where I was originally from.
Oh yeah.
Yep, my dad still lives there.
I went to a gas station there once.
Got himself a lot lizard too.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the Nemesis Fighting Alliance. What are you guys about?
So we're a local MMA promotion. I mean, our biggest thing is trying to, give the little guy a little pad or launch him onto the big pad, whatever he wants to be. Whether he wants to be in the pond or, just be a local hero or go on to the UFC or Bellator or any of that. I mean, that we try to provide that stage to get them to the next level and team up with another organization called LFA, which is Legacy Fighting Alliance, which is the number one feeder program to the UFC.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
well,
Very
I'm,
cool.
I'm from Portage, Indiana. Have you ever heard of the Doolin Conference?
Of the what?
The Doolin?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we had like Eddie Wineland, a couple guys,
That's
trained
where
out of there.
Darren,
So
Darren Elkins is from Portage.
Darren Elkins is from Portage too. Yeah, he actually graduated a year before me.
Not to kind of jump over, all over the place here, but I'm curious, with you guys being a smaller promotion, out of the UFC, obviously they'll kind of scout talent from other smaller promotions and whatnot. And of course, they have the Ultimate Fighter. How do you guys scout potential fighters to join your organization?
Gyms is kind of the one big thing, is teaming up with gyms and local MMA things of that nature for our shows. Now, whenever LFA comes into town and we help them matchmake and stuff, they are have a lot larger pool to pull from across the nation. So
Sure.
We attend a lot of local shows here. We go all across the state, and we attend shows because we really like MMA. We enjoy MMA, but also it's scouting as well. So we're looking at fighters all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Nemesis 11, does that mean it's guys' 11th event, 11th pay-per-view?
unfortunately, none of the above.
Oh, okay.
We had some marketing people, and they were like, "Hey, let's go with this." Before that, we named all of our shows, and we ran out of names.
Oh.
So
That's a good problem to have, though.
It's way easier to number a show.
Mm-hmm.
So NFA's been around since 2012. We took over it in 2018.
Okay.
So it's been around for a while. But we've had, I don't even know, 20 something plus shows ourselves since 2018.
Okay. So what made you?
It is weird that it's 11, but it was their ploy, and it was the new branding of the new era of. We came out with a new logo and all that stuff, so that's when the one came out.
Okay. Interesting. So what made you want to get into fight promotion? Were you a fighter or what? Just kind of a hobby?
So I grew up watching it, and then we both we're into wrestling. She was really into pro wrestling. And then after that, just been around the scene. I loved MMA. I sponsored a lot of local shows just so I could go with my real estate company. And then, things started, fizzling out in 2016, 2017 around the St. Louis area. It then only became one promotion and had a lot of people, hey, why don't you guys get into this? You guys can do this. You guys like this. And finally we broke down and agreed to do it come right before New Year's of 2018 is when we announced it. And our first one was April 21st of 2018.
You guys get a
So-
decent crowd?
Yeah, I mean, our typical crowd is somewhere between 500 to 800.
Oh, wow.
And
Good.
if you've
Awesome.
ever been in the Arnold Eagles, 800 is a packed house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I can definitely lend credence to that.
So you said that you guys are both wrestling fans. Are you going to get into wrestling promotion?
No.
that
What?
was quick.
That was a damn. Blake shot you down right fast.
I'm curious. Do you guys? I know there's a lot of. Well, I won't say a lot of times, but every once in a blue moon, you'll kind of hear some chirping about, a certain fighter maybe from Bellator and a fighter from UFC, and you'll hear like really more so on the fan side of the house, kind of yearning to set up like a cross promotion matchup and stuff like that. Between two fighters from different organizations. Do you guys have like anything? Like, do you guys ever have, kind of like a cross promotion with anybody in the local area?
So not really. In the aspect of, most fighters, they pick one fight at a time, no matter where it's at and all over. So it's not exactly, we don't sign anybody to long-term contracts or anything of that. So it's a one fight at a time kind of thing.
Mhm.
Now we
Gotcha.
do work with a lot of people, like especially across the state. This next show we got coming, we have two fighters coming out of Glory MMA, which is James Krause's gym on the Kansas City side.
Mhm.
So we work with them over there and stuff like that.
So does that
Gotcha.
kind of turn into like a St. Louis versus Kansas City kind of thing?
A little bit. I mean, sometimes it kind of turns into that.
It really kind of depends on the fighters because, sometimes the fighters chirp back and forth at each other, but really at the local level, you're looking for experience more than anything. Ego is kind of left out of the situation most of the time. Not always.
There's
just
still
most.
some Conor McGregors.
Right. Oh, of course. Yeah, everybody has those. I'm curious though. You did mention that your fighters is just kind of like a one fight at a time type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you guys have a champion for however many weight divisions that you have. Does it kind of work the same with them? Like still a one fight at a time type of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We do between 4 and 5 shows a year, and really at the amateur and that low level pro side, it's not enough shows a year to keep them busy. A lot of these guys like to fight every month if they can for the experience. So
Sure.
Right.
it's
Mhm.
not feasible. They'll fight,
Anywhere, anytime.
in most of the promotions in the state, they'll fight all over or
Interesting.
outside of the state too.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and we lost Blake. His internet
lost him.
escaped.
Yeah.
His internet escaped.
That's all right. We'll just keep it rolling here.
The host
What
is
you get for
gone.
being a BFE?
Yeah.
Where are you
Exactly.
guys at in relation to each other? Because I know he's kind of like Pacific area.
We are in Arnold. We live in Arnold.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, currently we're at a pool party in South County, but
yeah. I have family all over there. Like I said, my dad lives in Arnold. My brother lives in Lime. My great aunt kind of lives on the outskirts of Arnold. So I have family all over the place in that area.
And we're going
Where at?
down tomorrow for the zoo.
it's gonna be hot.
Yeah. Last weekend before school starts for the kiddo.
Oh,
Nice.
they start early.
Yeah. Springfield. So,
Ah,
yeah, he
So-
goes to a charter school, and they do it a little different.
yeah.
So I'm curious. I know. So right now, NFA, it seems like it's going very, very well for you guys. Do you kind of have plans to expand on that? Like I know you're kind of managing NFA right now. You guys are you guys hoping to eventually like sometime further down the line, either expand NFA, to possibly make it in and of itself like a bigger promotion, or you looking to, maybe hop onto a different promotion and get on with their team? Kind of what's the roadmap here?
We do that. We do the piggyback part mainly. We both work full-time jobs. I'm a full-time realtor. She works for the state of Missouri. So we really don't have that kind of time to really, expand. But
Sure.
As I said, we work with Legacy Fighting Alliance, LFA, and they are they have put somewhere around 35% of the UFC has come through their organization and gone to the UFC.
Oh,
So
wow.
we team up with them. We help them match whenever they're in town, even whenever there are other places they call and, hey, who do you have that might be able to fill in this spot? So, that's the thing is we have opportunities for people to go on if they want to, larger organizations.
Interesting.
So our show is August 13th. The following weekend in the UFC, there's a gentleman named Sean Woodson who is getting ready to fight. Well, he came through ours as well, and
Nice.
he was supposed to fight for us twice. The first one dropped out. The second one, we let him out of his contract, and he went on to the Contender Series, knocked out Josh McKinney with a knee, and
wow.
got his contract that way. Or Terrence McKinney, sorry.
Oh. Blake, while
So
you were
go back
gone,
and watch that. That was June of 2019. That
Gotcha.
Contender.
Blake, while you were gone, we found out who your opponent is.
Oh, yeah. Am I fighting John? Please put me in there with John.
Now you're
We'll
going
put
in
you in
there
there
with
with John.
You gotta come up with a 9-toe division, though.
Whoa. The
he has to
handicap,
bump
baby.
down
Oh,
a weight class for that.
Ouch.
No, he apparently this just in, he signed the Manimal to a one fight contract, and you're his debut.
Oh, listen, I'm not fighting Chip. Fuck that. That dude whooped my ass and crack a beer over my head. I know that.
All right.
Chip is, I don't know if you've seen Brad. Chip's a friend of the show. He's been on. He's a belt holder up for the HCW. He came on a Friday night and then went through like some, triple threat tournament or something on Sunday to win the belt. And he's been the belt holder with them since. So we like to think we're a good luck charm.
It's gonna come on
That's kinda
before
cool,
every
though.
fight.
I like, kind of seeing a little peek behind the curtain, or rather the, for lack of a better term, the stepping stone aspect of it, if you will. Talking about, because you hear about it all the time. I remember, so I was born in St. Louis, grew up mostly in Texas, and I remember, for a very, very short while, I did some training. I never fought or anything like that, but I just did it just more for fitness at the time. But I remember going to shows and stuff like that, and we had a few guys that did eventually make it into the UFC, but just kind of putting that into perspective.
Where
with
did you
smaller
train?
shows. Sorry,
Where did you train?
it was at Premier Martial Arts in Sherman, Texas.
Oh.
Yep. Nothing, like I said, nothing crazy. Like I didn't compete or anything like that. It was really just a family friend of mine, and I did it more for fitness purposes.
Wait. You paid, Rick, to have someone whoop your ass?
No.
That's why he had the gimp mask.
That's what I, yeah.
No, that's Danny that has the gimp mask.
Yeah, well, he learned it from watching you, Dad.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
Ooh.
Rick paid for that membership until he got married, and then she said, I'll beat your ass for free.
But no, like, I think it's kind of cool, like, seeing the, like I said, kind of the stepping stone aspect of it. A lot of people don't think about that, like how these guys from, like, smaller promotions, like, like you said, you have that kind of a deal going on with LFA, being able to use them, as a means to kind of give your fighters opportunities, should they so choose, to move on and kind of progress up the proverbial ladder. So that's really neat.
Yeah, that is the fulfilling part, definitely, of doing this. It's a hobby for us, and that's the part we love. And there's certain people that want to just be the strong man on a little pond, and there's certain people that say, I want to make this a career, and that's the only thing I want to do and know. And
Yeah.
you have the opportunity. I give you the opportunity to do it. You have to make something of that opportunity.
Do you
Right.
guys have anybody fighting for you currently that has a shot?
Damn it, you stole my question.
Yeah, well, I haven't talked much yet.
I'm either.
We have a kid that's fighting September. He has a lot of promise. His name's Danny Moriarty. He's now gonna.
He was our amateur champion.
He was our amateur champion.
And then we took him to LFA where he made his pro debut, and then he's been on LFA. This will be his third appearance on LFA. So he's got a lot of promise. They really like him. And when a big promotion like that really likes you, it's always a good thing. They keep bringing him back, and
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that puts you somewhere.
Plus, he's got a really good name for it. Just sounds
does.
like a fighter's name.
Yeah.
Danny Flex Moriarty.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, the
Nice.
LFA promoter actually gave him his fight nickname, so that's actually really cool. Doesn't happen a lot.
He's the same one who gave Justin Gaethje his highlight reel nickname.
Oh wow. Nice. Very cool. No, I can definitely
but I
see
mean,
the job. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
I mean, there's multiple different people. That's just one I know right now that he does have a fight coming up, and that's local. There's another one who came and fought for us, and he's on his way. If he doesn't get the call any day, his name's Lucas Clay. He's a 155er. He's very, very good, very elusive. He's fought now for LFA, I think three or four times, and he's like right on that verge. He fought for the title, not this last fight, the fight before that, and just barely lost. And that guy went on already. That's the big thing is like if you become an LFA champion, that's like your almost golden ticket into the UFC, or at least to the Contender Series.
Right.
We had a gentleman come through our organization, Julius Iglesias, and I know I screwed that up.
I was about to say that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, he's a 205er. He came through, fought for us. Then he went on to win the LFA belt. Went to Contender Series, beat his guy at Contender Series. Dana White didn't give him the contract. As soon as he left there, Bellator called him and said, "Hey, we want you to come fight." He signed it. He destroyed the guy that he fought. In the middle of the fight, they called UFC, my understanding, called his manager and said, "I hope you didn't sign a long-term contract. We want you." But he's been with Bellator ever since. He fought what's his name for the title? Famous. I can't think of his name, but he fought him for the title. And then whenever Bellator was in St. Louis, he fought Mr. Wonderful.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
Phil Davis.
Phil Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually met Phil Davis in San Diego. Him and Kat Zingano. While we were waiting for military housing to open up there, we were in like a temporary, one-bedroom apartment somewhere, and I ran into Kat Zingano and Phil Davis. They were like looking at that same apartment complex. So that's pretty cool. No, that's awesome though. That really is very, very cool.
Yeah.
So Brad, in MMA, is there like the whole face and heel like there is in wrestling? Like are there good guys and bad guys?
Not typically. It's only if a fighter makes himself that way. We have some
Right.
fighters that have big personalities that don't always click with the crowd, but it's not like in wrestling at all. No.
And kind of harken back to what you said
no,
earlier.
like-
You'll have your Conor McGregors of the world.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
like
you always have
That's
this
not
guy's
always
an asshole, but fuck.
Although that does make me curious, with your promotion. I understand that you guys are a smaller promotion, if you will, but I'm curious. Like, do you guys have I know the bigger promotions obviously have like press conferences and stuff like that, like ahead of their event. Do you guys do like anything like that for your events?
So typically we do like a intro into the show, like just a pre-show, typically with our commentators and stuff like that. But not really big press conferences or anything like that.
Sure.
Yeah, in local MMA, you don't have to have that drama to sell tickets like in big shows. We don't have the space for the drama
Right.
in the first place, so it's not really all that necessary. Some do it. We don't do it that often. Occasionally, we'll do some interviews and whatnot, but not on a regular basis. No.
That's fair. I mean, that makes sense to me. I think even outside of MMA, like with other sports, like I've kind of been able to experience down here in Jacksonville. Sometimes it's just, kind of going to that lower tier type of show, if you will. Like I went to some arena football games out here. Just sometimes just having like something to do has its own charm in and of itself. So that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Now afterwards, we typically we interview the winners and that stuff.
Sure.
Put that up and do that kind of like post fight interview and stuff like that.
That makes sense.
But also trying to get them to do anything on the week that they're cutting weight.
Mhm.
They don't even know where they're at half the time.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
They're half on desk.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious,
some are.
you had mentioned that fighter that had the Dana White called back, said, hey, like, I hope you didn't sign a long-term contract with Bellator. It's interesting, just, watching from afar, it seems to me like there's been at least a decent handful of fighters, either former UFC or what have you, that have kind of complained that, like, the company really hasn't been taking care of the fighters as well, and have, like, since, kind of gone to Bellator because they at least they're under the impression that they just like treat their fighters better and that they're valued more there.
That's a tough one to touch on because you talk to anybody that's in the UFC and they say it's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
You talk to people who are in Bellator and they say it's the greatest thing in the world.
Right.
One thing that I can say that is a definite is if you are a good talker and you are a good self-promoter, you probably could make more money in Bellator because you get to sell yourself and sell advertisements where UFC stopped that about 8-9 years ago.
With the Reebok deal. I remember that. I
Right.
thought that was so stupid. Like, I mean, I get it, like for their bottom dollar as a company, I don't remember if that's like around the same time that they stopped I don't know. Are they still under Zuffa? I'm not entirely sure.
No, not
No.
anymore.
Yes and no.
Yeah,
Technically, they sold Zuffa to
EDR.
EDR is the ticker, but I can't remember the name of it.
Gotcha.
But
It's
there's
a,
like partial ownership. It's
like there's still someone involved. It's kind of a weird thing.
Right. No, but you hit the nail on the head. Like I remember when the UFC used to have that, like people being able to wear like their own. Sorry.
I said condomdepot.com. It was
Yeah, exactly. On the shorts or on like the flag, like a lot of fighters
Forgot
have like
about
their own
that.
banners or flags
That's
behind them,
funny
like
shit.
during the and fighting under the red corner, blah 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 blah. That type of thing.
Right.
If they're looking for an affiliate, hit us up, Condom Depot.
Yeah.
You know that shit. I'm not opposed,
We're
baby.
all
Give us a
married.
discount
Anything we
code.
need to
We
do to get the
don't
show out
use
there.
them. Typically. It's like we're all four dads.
I'm not a dad.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you don't count.
Use them, Blake. Use them.
Yeah.
You just don't teach your dogs to use them.
True.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Shit.
And preferably don't use them
So,
on your dogs.
and it-
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Hello,
fucking
FBI. Thank you for
hate that
joining
guy.
This is
us.
getting weird. God.
Yeah, we're getting
That
shut down.
sucks. All right. Anything else
but-
for these guys before I let them out? Yeah, go
But
ahead.
the sponsorship thing that really that was a huge turning because you do have it to where a lot of people. So I mean, Stitch, the cut man for the UFC that everybody knew at the time, he was very vocal and he never went back to the UFC because he made a lot of his money by sponsorships, that was on his shirt. I mean, he was a huge tap out guy. They paid him lots of money. So I mean, there was that, but then also on the UFC side, now granted, they got more money than any fighter because of the locking up the deal. But now look where the UFC went. UFC was just on ABC. The UFC's on prime time.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So I don't really know that they might have made it to the road to where they're at if they still had those sponsorships that they had no control over.
Right. No, that makes perfect sense. And I think, like, again, I'm definitely not an expert, but just kind of spitballing here. I wonder if for the fighter, it's, kind of a pick your poison type thing where, hey, like your base level salary, probably has a more solid floor with the UFC, but your ceiling is just kind of, if you will, is kind of capped, because of this deal that they have with Reebok. Whereas with Bellator, your base level salary, may have a lower floor, but, because of like the self-promotion aspect and like sponsorships, if the ceiling, as it were, could potentially be higher.
That's exactly how it is, at least from the experiences that we've had with the lower level pros that go or that are starting in Bellator and the UFC, and they're working their way up. UFC's base is a bit higher than Bellator, but the ability to make more money with sponsorship with Bellator is much, much more.
Right.
So it's definitely a pick your poison
right
type atmosphere.
I believe with the Reebok deal, the max that you can get is $25,000 a fight, and hit that, I think you have to be at like 10 plus fights in the UFC. Not,
and I'm sure that's not accounting
champions
for...
might make 30, but like in general, outside of that, I think their max is that. And I mean, a fighter can go out and get sponsored by who knows what, and possibly easily make that if they're a vocal person. If
right, just in
not
sponsorships
or
alone,
like that. I mean,
right,
yeah,
and I mean, I'm sure that's not accounting for any like post fight, like knockout of the night or whatever,
right?
Or like you defended the belt or you won the belt, stuff like that,
right?
But
and that's not to say that fighters can't get their own sponsorships outside of putting it on the UFC show too, because like, for example, Michael Chandler, I just saw yesterday, a lot of his sponsors that he had in Bellator still sponsor him. Like, I think it's a Groove Ring. I just saw it on my phone the other day as I was scrolling. He dislocated his finger right before his last fight, like right before he went out. And this whole promotion that he's doing for Groove Ring is like, if I had a regular ring on, then I wouldn't have been able to fight at all. But because I wore this plastic Groove Ring, everything's okay. Like, at least that's what the promotion of it is. Whether that's true or not. But, I guarantee they're paying him well for that.
Certainly. Yeah.
Interesting.
I would assume so.
And that's somebody that left Bellator to go to the UFC.
Right.
So a lot of times, like you said, you see it that, they leave the UFC and it's to go to Bellator. And it's typically towards the end. Honestly, it's typically towards the end of their career.
Right.
And is the big question is the competition stronger over there than here, or here than there?
Yeah.
And,
I was just about to say, you see a lot of, I don't want to say has-beens, because there's a lot of good fighters that look at Kat Zingano. She's still I think a very, very good fighter. But and I think I don't know if she got cut by the UFC or she just didn't, decided not to renew her contract or whatever the case may have been.
I think it was all the above on that one, because she was going into the acting thing, and that, like, I think it was kind of mutual.
Kat Zingano went into acting?
Yeah, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
And
she's in. Heck, I can't even think of it.
quite a few different movies. Yeah, look her up on IMDb. Yeah, she's been in a couple different movies.
Interesting.
Jesus, Rick. Know your
Where
shit.
the hell you been?
I know Gina Carano did that. Like, she, of course, at the time it was Strike Force. Scott Coker had owned Strike Force. And I know that Gina Carano's been in in fact, like a lot of younger folks now probably know Gina Carano for that than they do, when she was kicking ass in the Strike Force up until getting stopped 1 second before the end of the first round against Cyborg, which I thought was bullshit. But
Yeah. But there was a lot of talk that everybody said that when Chandler left, when Chandler left Bellator, he was going to get demolished in the UFC.
Mhm.
Like the competition there isn't, and to this day, if you have not seen it, and I know I'm a little biased, but one of the best fights I've ever watched is Eddie Alvarez versus Michael Chandler.
that was a great fight.
That should have won Fight of the Year, and some bullshit won it, and it was because it was in Bellator, not UFC.
Tell us how you really feel, Brad. Jesus.
Yeah.
Go
No,
back
that
and watch
was a
that
great
fight. Tell me
fight.
that wasn't one of the greatest fights. I mean, it was like a Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin fight. I mean, they flat went for it until it ended in the 4th round. Like, you didn't know who was going to win.
Right. Yeah, it was a great fight. It was right up there, like the first fight between Joanna and Weili Zhang. That was a great fight too. The first fight of theirs.
Great fight.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best women's fights I've ever seen. One of the best
Absolutely.
fights I've ever but yeah.
I'm curious. I know typically the pool for like female fighters is it seems, or at least it seems to me. I'm not sure how it is, at the lower the lower professional levels or amateur levels, if you will. But it seems to me like the pool for kind of the upper tier, Bellator, UFC types is it looks a bit more scarce than than the males, obviously. Yeah, is that the same? Like, how often do you guys have like female fighters?
Not too often, because like you said, it's still scarce.
Right.
Now, the thing where you're going to see changes is you're going to start seeing changes in the next 4 to 5 years. And I say 4 to 5 years is because in the last 2 years in the state of Missouri, now you have female wrestling in high school.
Right.
And then now you're getting female wrestling in college.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these girls are going to have something to go to express through it, and you haven't seen them yet.
Right.
So, and not just that, but if you look at some of the females that are coming up through and stuff like that, like LFA is putting a big emphasis on women as well as Invicta, which is the female-only organization that is owned by Shannon Knapp. That organization as well. You look, and the girls that are coming up through, they don't have 20. They're not like guys. They can't have 20 or 30 fights. They're going. You look at some of these girls that are going to UFC. They got 5-10 fights.
Right. Yeah.
If that.
Just
And they're going because they need somebody like that. Like you said, that pool is so scarce.
Right. Absolutely. I'm curious. This is kind of a wild card. I know you said like the LFA is kind of a the segue, if you will, or one of the bigger segues to possibly get a shot at the UFC, or at the very least like the Contender Series or Ultimate Fight or something like that.
Uh-huh.
This is a bit of a wild card because I know they're a bit of a newer organization and kind of a totally almost a different sport. But have you had any fighters go up that ended up in the BKFC?
Most of the time on the BKFC is out of the MMA.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
haven't had any directly from our promotion that I can think of off the top of my head. But definitely in the area, we have several that have gone to BKFC or have fought BKFC in between MMA fights that they
Right.
want to do. Just
All
to
right,
stay
for those of
busy.
us wondering, it is not Burger King Fight Club. It is what?
Bare
Bare
knuckle
knuckle.
fighting championship.
Oh fuck!
Damn.
I saw one today. There's one called Ice Wars. Have you seen that, Brad?
No.
It's called it's called Ice Wars. They fucking box on ice on hockey. They got a paper. They got a pay per
I
view
mean, we call
tomorrow,
that
I think.
the NHL.
We are
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
a
that
really dumb species.
That sounds like something that you would see on like ESPN The Ocho.
It's exactly what it
in
is.
Russia, they have team MMA fights where
Oh
it's
yeah,
like 7 and they just fight randomly each other all
Right.
the time.
or like have you
Check
seen the? I don't even know if it's still a thing, and I want to say it was more of like a Russian promotion, but like, and I couldn't tell you what the hell it's called, but these guys are like in full clad like knight armor with like swords. I know they're not like sharp, but like heavy swords and like shields.
Mhm.
But it's an MMA fight with like guys dressed up in like full knight armor.
They had one
Medieval
here. And
times and you were drunk, buddy.
no, they had
I'm
one of
telling you,
those
look it up
fights
on
in
YouTube.
Springfield, and I didn't get to go, but I heard it was buck wild.
Oh, absolutely.
Huh. You said it was in Springfield?
Yeah, Illinois.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, never mind. You said it all.
I don't know what that means, but yes, Land
Oh,
o'
shit.
Lincoln.
So, big fight coming up next weekend. Anything for these guys before we let them get out of here? It's past Brad's bedtime, I know.
Oh, I
Nope.
appreciate the insight.
Yeah,
when we reached
thank
out,
you.
when we reached out, Brad was
I've
like,
definitely
"Oh
learned a
man,
lot.
that's past my bedtime. I don't know if I can make that work." So
It's a
we're-
Friday.
Past mine.
It's a Friday.
So people got
So-
work, Dick.
Sucks
Hey.
to suck, Rob. Dang.
yeah.
I'm just
Rick, you
kidding.
missed-
I'm
Rick,
just
you've
kidding.
missed, or Rob, you've missed a month. Shut up.
I know, I have.
So, Brad, all right, August 13th, Nemesis 11. We'll make sure we post the links for the pay-per-view and for tickets. Guys, make sure you get out there and support the NFA. We appreciate you guys so much for jumping on.
Oh, absolutely.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Y'all have a
you.
great
Thanks, guys.
You too.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you.
So that was super.
This
First
is-
of all, my fucking Wi-Fi
damn.
just
bro.
randomly like shut
Yeah.
off completely. When I look down, my computer's not connected to any Wi-Fi. Mid-interview, then it comes back, and I've not lagged one fucking bit since I've been back.
Luckily,
I'm not
we were
gonna lie.
still like, we were still able to kind of keep the conversation going. But it was no, it was definitely cool talking to that guy. I still
I-
somewhat have an affinity for MMA.
I said
so-
about 3 words tonight.
I'm not
here,
even
though.
sure the words that I said made any sense. It's
I was
been
gonna
that
say,
kind of a
normally-
night.
Normally, when my
I li-
Wi-Fi cuts out, Ryan's got to talk to himself. So I'm glad it was 4 of you.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I was gonna message Ryan like, "Man, how's your night going?"
oh, yes.
I saw him looking at the screen, not even paying attention. I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna check up scores too."
Well, that's when it was fight night, figuratively speaking, with having Brad come on, and Rick's like, I don't know if I can make it after the Sharks. I'm like, dude, you are the one fight guy in the fucking group.
You're
Like,
right.
what do you mean you're not jumping on?
I would have
Yeah.
asked him about boners and farts again.
Yeah. See, Rick, you did us all a
Did you
service.
see that? Did you see that clip of that
Happy to
MMA
oblige.
girl sharding in the ring? Does that ever happen to you?
Oh, dude, that would have been a question though. Because in 2 weeks he'd have come back and be like, hey, Ryan, that's what happened.
I'm the poop luck guy. Oh, man.
Ryan, Poopies, Caprana.
It's Capranica. You
Oh,
uncultured swine.
I prefer Capranica.
They used to call me Fruitopia in
Okay.
9th grade, and that made
Special
no
emphasis
sense.
on the fruit.
Yeah, well, whatever. We love all kinds.
oh shit.
Spe-
Oh, man.
Speaking of nothing like that, news came out about Demarius Thomas today.
I saw that.
He had a seizure disorder.
Oh my gosh.
And so he had like weed in his system and nicotine. Like he smoked a cigarette, smoked a joint, and it said neither was listed as a contributing factor in his death. And I think some people were kind of speculating about that when he first passed.
Whether
But,
it was like drug or alcohol related?
Yeah, or CTE related, but he had a seizure disorder apparently.
Okay, so let's have this
Well,
conversation.
he did have CTE, I guess.
Drugs and the NFL. I've had a buddy Rusty, if you're watching, for a year and a half, messaged me about doing DMT.
What is
Yeah.
DMT?
God damn it. I don't know. It's some sort of drug. And God damn it.
That's what Aaron Rodgers did, right?
Dimethyltryptophan.
And won back-to-back MVPs.
Wait, Aaron Rodgers did DMT?
Yeah, he came out on a podcast and said it.
It just came out a couple days ago and said but it says like the NFL does not test for that.
Right.
From
He
what
did
I
DMT,
was-
had a crazy
I-
out-of-body experience.
I looked
That,
at
like,
this.
Had ancestors touching his body.
I
And
want to do
feeling his
DMT
body.
so bad. But there's an article on Deadspin. It says, well, great. Now I have to give up psychedelics. And it's a picture of Aaron Rodgers.
That's funny. Well,
Oh, here we go.
here we go again.
Uh-oh, is he
It was
frozen?
crazy to me.
He is
He's
frozen again.
frozen.
He's
Ah.
frozen.
Oh, my lagging? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like,
Bad
Ah, damn
porno.
it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't lag during the day when I jack off. I don't know.
That's because the
Okay.
government's watching you.
That's
Hashtag
because you tell your
total
family
fallacy.
stay off the internet. You know, it reminds
can
me of like the
tell-
whole back time. Like, get off the phone. I'm fucking on an AOL chat room right now.
Yeah.
yep. You know the
Mom,
old.
the meatloaf.
So do you think they're going to suspend him?
Who, Rogers?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
No.
No, I think I
No.
doubt it.
He's
There's no
untouchable.
way.
The NFL needs Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers.
hey. He came out
What
and
about-
openly admitted it. Like, it's... I don't think they should, but I think they should, in fairness to the people who've been popped
Okay,
for
so
weed.
take it back to Tuesday.
Tube steak.
Take it
Oh.
back to Tuesday. Not even weed, because weed they should be. Am I fucking lagging again?
You are.
Yeah, but you're
God
just
damn
talk.
it.
I can hear you.
Go ahead. keep
Okay,
going.
so
Feed the gerbil
d-
that
if-
powers your
if-
internet.
if we, I will. I'm gonna give that bitch a stick of celery. If we are suspending Deshaun Watson for not what's the word I'm looking for?
Showing his butthole.
Well, player conduct policy, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so because it's not a look the league wants. The league does not want you thinking that you should walk around showing your asshole to therapists.
I don't think he was walking.
Does
I think
the
he was
league
laying
want
down.
you walking? Does the league want you walking around telling people that you're doing psychedelics to be a better person?
I don't know,
mean,
man. Everybody should do psychedelics. That's my point.
I mean, the
I
fact
think
that Aaron Rodgers
Give
came
him
out
a
and
3-game
said it,
suspension. Give him a 3-game.
but the fact that he's coming out and saying it, it's like he don't give a fuck. Like, hey man, I do this, boom. NFL ain't gonna
No.
do shit to me.
His
I'm Aaron
contract
Rodgers.
fully guaranteed.
Yep.
You know, hate Aaron Rodgers or not, it's like the NFL needs him. They love watching him. They love hating on him. So it's like
I'm a terrible
you don't wanna
Bears
miss-
fan because I like Aaron Rodgers, the human. If he can fuck off as a football player, but Aaron
you do-
Rodgers, the human.
I
you
tweeted
do
at
like him
this
as a
week, tried to get him
football
on the
player though
show.
too.
No, we don't.
I mean,
Oh, we don't.
real got to recognize real.
I'm indifferent. He's a
That
great quarterback.
Motherfucker can throw a football.
I tweeted at him this week and was like, "Hey, I've hated you my whole life. You should come on our show and tell me why I don't hate you. Also, according to your cover photo, apparently you can shoot lasers out of your eyes. I find that intriguing." He didn't respond.
Nice.
Well, you
Oh,
should have asked if his ex-fiance can come on the show.
Which one's
Oh,
that?
that would have been spicy.
She can
Shailene Woodley.
come on this show.
No, not on YouTube. They don't allow
What?
it.
Oh, you're right. That'd be OnlyFans.
Yeah,
We'd have to go to Bam Sports OnlyFans.
only BAMs.
The BAM, yeah, only BAMs or the
Where we
BAM
got-
OnlyFans show.
Quality 9-toe photos.
By the way, I just want to throw this out there. So I started this thing. I'm giving 2 free picks out on Twitter. Currently, I think I'm gonna go 2-0 today. So I'm on a hot streak. Yep.
Oh.
I said I took the Rockies plus whatever they were when they were released, and then I took the White Sox money line. Boom, they're both hitting.
Ooh,
If the
what-
Rockies can hold on, yeah. Be 2-0. And I
What
got
do we
a
got
big
for
play.
tomorrow?
I got a big play tomorrow. I will post it sometime tomorrow.
And
You
the
make
Cards
it-
beat the Yankees, so that's good. Happy about that.
You know,
What?
Yeah.
Rob,
what's
you
the
were
score?
fucking
What was the
rooting for
final
the
on that?
It's a thing.
What?
you were rooting for the Cardinals to win that game?
I didn't say anything about the Cardinals. I took the Rockies.
I did.
Dude.
Right, but you were watching the Yankees game, right? Earlier, isn't that what you were watching? when we
just-
got on.
I just told you about Matt Carpenter coming back. It was on a highlight on Twitter. I just said nothing about watching it. I just said I saw that on. So dipshit. Come at me again.
Damn. You bet you come for the king. You
And
best
on
not
top of
miss.
On top of that, he brings this guy on. What's his name, Brad? He
Yeah,
don't even introduce the lady that he's with.
I think it was
he's-
Brad's wife.
I know, and he totally bypassed. I was gonna say something. I'm like, yeah, you know what? He called me a dipshit, but it's been a while since I've been on, so I'll keep quiet.
I'm not gonna lie. I was at my
and then,
peak
like,
during that.
Then 2 minutes later, he fucking just disappears. I'm like, God, that's what he gets.
Ryan was on cloud 9. Ryan
10.
woke up and was like, "Shit, we're on an interview."
11. I didn't want to talk because I didn't want it to come out like.
Hey,
Ryan's
Rick-
gonna text, "Shut up."
Rick came in the clutch today. He was even excited for the show. We're like, thank God, because I was like, fuck, man, I don't even know what to say.
How dumb is it that the Cardinals have some no-name white guy with the name Lars Nootbaar?
Didn't he just beat you guys?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's a wild-ass name to have as a human.
Does he wear like wooden shoes and leave him outside of his house?
He very well could.
He clogs
That's what that
on down to the
reminds me.
park. Yeah, that's Lars, and this is Hans.
He's got the fucking-
Gretchen.
he's got the overalls, like they're like red and white for St. Louis Cardinals. The little buttons are actual the birds.
Oh,
They always seem to have some scrappy white dude that comes up and plays hero for 2 years, and then they just disappear, like David Freese.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Lars
Yeah.
Nootbaar.
That sounds more like a wrestler.
Sounds like
Right, yeah.
sounds like a German chocolate, and I
Right.
want it. Sounds delicious right now.
David Freese, man, didn't he have a good postseason and that was it?
No, he had a good series, not even a good postseason.
Oh.
Oh,
I thought it was like the World Series or something. He had.
Yeah, he was the World Series MVP.
I
Yeah.
found out.
But that
That's
was
what I
it.
thought.
That was it, though. It was just the World Series.
I found
I
out a
just said
few
that,
more
dipshit.
names, Blake. Now I can't remember them. God damn it!
Man, who's the one fried? Is it Ryan or is it fucking Blake?
Yes.
Both of us, probably.
Oh wait, no, hold up. No, he was the NLCS MVP as well.
Oh, was
Okay.
he? Okay.
As
No, you
well,
didn't say that. You said series,
As well.
dipshit.
Poop head.
He was the World Series MVP and the National League Championship Series MVP.
Call yourself a dipshit.
You said series.
Oh.
You said he had a good series.
What?
Anyway, I'm
That
curious.
clown.
I wanted to kind of get this on video here.
Somebody's
but,
been with us the entire show tonight, and I appreciate you, whoever you are.
But I kind of wanted to get this on video, kind of harkening back to a conversation we were having pre-show.
It's probably me.
So-
I put it on there.
Obviously, I'm not going to be able to reveal the team that I choose or have
Yes.
chosen at this point
All of our
until
fans
next week.
are let down.
Hold on,
Which
hold
is
on.
your own fault. That was false advertisement. I specifically said, and I quote, I'm going to let the suspense build.
Can you at least on air tonight drop
Eliminate-
Eliminate
eliminate
one
two.
team.
No, one.
One
no, you
team.
can eliminate
Oh.
two. At
Eliminate
least
one.
Why,
One.
that's, that's a
Break
that's
one
fair.
of
It's a
our
final
hearts.
three. It's a final three.
Break a heart tonight.
So I could.
Oh,
No, because the chance of that heart being broken is fucking mine, jackasses.
Oh, and this
You
is
need
perfect
this,
opportunity.
Blake. You need this.
For all you guys know, it could still be the Texans.
It could.
So you
it
can
could still be
eliminate a
Texans.
team.
I will eliminate one team live on air. That team is the Houston Texans.
There we go.
Oh,
right.
see, Blake called that on pre-show, boys.
Yep. So I'm curious. So I did tell the guys here that I purchased a jersey of the team that I'm choosing to go with moving forward. I'm curious now. This is just in the chat, so I'll go ahead and get this on air. The way I described it was the jersey of the player that I got is he's one of the more iconic players that has played, or at least certainly, in my lifetime. One of the more iconic players that has ever played for that organization, and he is, I don't know if I can call him number 2. It's kind of more of a 1A, 1B type situation as far as my favorite players of all time at that position. And so he's kind of the 1B. And I told
you
them
know
that-
what? It was a dark horse team. It's
And
the
I told-
Rams. He got a Marshall Faulk jersey. He's going back home.
You know what? I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna
If
say
Stan-
something because a lot of people
If we
who
look
listen
up tomorrow
are
and Stan
checking it.
Kroenke was dead, I believe you, but no way.
Right, exactly. Now, as long as Kroenke still draws breath from this earth, absolutely not.
He's rich and white and old. He's going to live forever,
I
bud.
don't know that him being white has anything to do with it, but
He's going to be forever.
anyway, aside from it being, just the, him being kind of the 1B in terms of my all-time favorite players at that position. Another context clue that I gave, if we're just going strictly off of personality, he's like in that category, he is my all-time favorite player.
All right, so
Who
right
do you
now
think it
we're
might
going
be?
to do a round robin. We can ask one question. You cannot ask what position. You cannot ask the player's name. You cannot ask the team. You cannot ask any of that. Does that make sense?
No. But
Wait,
go
does he
You
have to
cannot
answer?
ask anything.
So,
But just ask it.
Okay, I got a
Okay,
question.
okay.
I got
My
a question.
Offense or defense? Offense or
you.
defense?
okay, that's a good question.
Offense.
Thank you.
Okay.
Does this football player enjoy Skittles?
The fuck? Oh, that's a valid question.
That is a valid question.
I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. I'll be honest. I don't know.
All right, well, it's not Marshawn Lynch because that's a valid lie.
I
It
know.
is.
I know. I don't think he's
All
telling
right,
the truth.
so my
I don't
question
think so either.
is
He's
the
gotta
football
look.
player's
I know it's
jersey number
Marshawn Lynch.
20 below or above?
Sorry, say that again.
Is the jersey number of the player 20 and below or 21 or above?
21 or above.
Now I'm really fucking confused. Because I would have gone straight to Marshawn with that question, but your Skittle question throws that one for a fucking loop, Ryan.
But I don't get how you're. Wasn't Marshawn 24?
Yeah.
I believe so,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he believes so as he looks down at his tracking number for his Marshawn Lynch jersey.
It'll be here. It'll be here August 24th. I can announce it on this day.
Rick's over here like, I got connection issues. I'll see you guys later.
I'm covering up the jersey, but it'll be here August 8th.
Nice day though.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Not as good as yesterday though.
No, so I'm curious. Who do you guys think it is? I'm not going to confirm or deny, but
I
just
think it's
curious
a Marshawn
who-
Lynch jersey, and you're going with the Sea Chickens.
Okay.
Because
Rob,
I
what about
know
you?
how nice that area is, and I know how bad I would want to live there. It's beautiful.
It's a fair guess. Like I said, kind of a point that I'll make to that is I loved living in Washington. I love the Seattle sports market. I felt like, for a long time I said that I liked the Seahawks. So that's a fair guess. Rob, what about you? What do you think?
I mean, so if obviously we can't say the same person because just don't do that. I guess since you said Marshawn Lynch, I'm gonna go Maurice Jones-Drew from Jacksonville. I mean, he lives in Jacksonville. The
20
numbers up.
minutes. 20
You
minutes.
know, I can see Maurice
It's
Jones-Drew.
not.
I mean,
It's
he's a
not
funny
the
guy.
Jaguars because he could drive 20 minutes to the team store and buy a jersey. You
To
know.
be fair, like I don't know that the team store is open. Like they're not playing right now. So
It's open.
Blake's doing research. He's looking up team jerseys.
Nah,
numbers.
man, he's playing with his dog.
Nah.
Let's all
Blake's
do
smart.
a
No.
round
Blake's
robin
smart.
of what Blake's
Blake
doing.
is smart.
Blake is playing with himself.
Negative.
Blake, what's your guess?
He's trying to find a Bears running back. Thomas Jones.
So it's a quarterback's jersey, I believe.
Okay.
Who the fuck was above?
Hold on, wait a
Number
minute.
20.
Hold on. Hang tight. No, I lied.
It's a kicker.
Okay,
Yup.
so his
Ray Finkel.
no. Hold on.
Damn, caught me.
So it's a defensive player because his favorite current player is J.J. Watt. So earlier he made a comment that his 1A, 1B, this is probably his all-time favorite player. J.J. Watt jersey is not a valid option.
I said offensive
So-
though.
Yeah, I don't know where you're
Right,
getting with
so
this, dude.
so now I'm confused.
I would be too.
Yeah. He basically told you the number was above 20, and then it's an offensive
I
guy.
know.
And
I'm looking at a questionnaire
but-
he filled out, motherfucker. I'm trying to do math backwards.
you
Leave
for-
me
you-
alone.
You
These
came
guys
out
are
and said
just
he's a
going off the
quarterback.
cuff.
Damn it! Stop doing that.
Who was that fat guy that was a quarterback that was number 22 at Kentucky? You remember that
Oh
guy?
yeah, Jared Lorenzen or something like that.
The
That's it.
round
The hefty
mound,
lefty.
the hefty lefty.
Yes,
That's what
the
it is.
hefty lefty. That's it.
Favorite all-time NFL player is Kurt Warner. Favorite quarterback of all time. Favorite current NFL player is J.J. Watt.
Dude, this guy came up with the idea and still can't even ask the question.
Tennessee
just guess?
Titans.
Just make
I'm
a
going
guess.
with an Eddie George Titans jersey.
So we all went running back. I would have said Eddie
Interesting.
George. Man, my heart is with, like, I think he's with Seattle. And now that he said Marshawn Lynch, I pick his.
No,
I
it's
like Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
That's the obvious choice right there. I would have said
He's
it.
just here so he doesn't get fined.
But
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Who? Rick or Marshawn?
Yes,
Both.
both them.
Both.
All right, Blake, the Legends game in Springfield.
Yes.
Ray Lankford, Corey Patterson, Kyle Farnsworth, Jody Davis, and obviously more. They just haven't announced them all. Let's get some
Corey
old.
Patterson, I'm excited.
Yeah. Kyle
Still
Farnsworth.
got the wheels. Is going to be jacked as dude. No one's going to charge the mound.
It's gonna be a good one.
Kyle.
In little
Yeah,
old
I'm hoping-
Springfield.
I'm bribing our other fantasy league to move the draft to Sunday. I basically said, if you have a soul, vote for Sunday.
Do it for my toe.
So far, it's working.
You know what?
I don't have a problem with it. I would prefer
I love Ryan.
Saturday simply because like it's easier. Like no, I mean, obviously not for you, and I understand your situation.
I
can
would have
sympathize.
preferred September 3rd, like we were told. But we can't all
Well-
have we fucking want, Rick.
I know. Yeah, literally as soon as I found out that my in-laws were coming, I was like, well, shit,
Fuck.
and I hit you guys up.
Let me just get back to the Ryan thing.
What
I
I do?
love how Ryan goes on your toe every fucking episode. That toe gets brought up.
Just
It's
fill
like a
in the
Ryan-
void.
It's like a Ryan segment.
Oh, jeez.
Just filling the void in between those two toes.
If we ever like meet with a marketing company, like I'm like, all right, guys, bring some ideas for a logo. Ryan's gonna bring a picture of 9 toes. We're
Football
Kershaw.
season, we should have a thing called like with Ryan. It's called In Between the Toes.
In between the
Football.
toes.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
Ugh, I'm just thinking of like an early 1990s, like Nickelodeon kids game where you have to climb through toe slime in between
Ugh.
toes.
I miss the '90s. Like shows like that were awesome.
Man,
Dude, Temple
there's
of the
Double
Hidden Trick.
Dare.
a
What
lot of
was it?
ecstasy taken. I'm thinking it.
It was
Not
Temple
even-
of
Was there- is there-
something.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
That's it.
That show was
That's it.
phenomenal.
I
remember as a
always
kid,
wanted to be on that show.
Me
same,
too.
but the Temple Guard scared the shit out of me. as a
Yeah.
kid.
yeah. There's no football this weekend, right? It's next weekend.
Correct.
Correct.
Yep. Well, actually, for what
Thursday?
it's worth, tomorrow the National Arena League Championship between the Carolina Cobras and the Albany Empire is tomorrow.
Nah, we ain't fucking with no fucking garden shark. You guys lost to the garden sharks? Garden fucking snakes?
No, we lost to. What, did we play them or did we play Columbus? I'm not sure, but yeah, we lost. We had a lot of our star wide receiver because that like nasty hit on the ref. He's suspended indefinitely. We had a bunch of injuries.
He hit a
and-
referee.
Yeah. Now he claims and I'll send you guys the clip. It was pretty nasty. We were playing against the San Antonio Gunslingers and we threw a pick, or rather, no, we didn't throw a pick. It was a fumble, and just the receiver Devin Wilson like just trying to get up and like run back after the guy. I think, and it's tough, like because just blind or just watching it for the first time, like very raw reaction, you can make an argument like, no, that definitely looked intentional. But this guy also has like super long, like poofy hair. And the ref was kind of like the ref was kind of at like an angle to him, and like kind of almost like in his peripheral. So a lot of stuff going on. Like I don't know. I could see the argument of it being not intentional, but damn, it was bad. It was real bad. It was like this elderly referee too. But yeah, he ended up getting indefinitely suspended, and then we had some injuries. And it just wasn't meant. But I'll tell you what, though, going from I think it was like either 1-3 or 4-0 or something like that, up until we signed a different quarterback, to being just to getting a playoff spot after starting like that, that was it was cool. I mean, this is arena football we're talking about, but no, it was cool. I enjoyed watching the Jacksonville Sharks this season. I will definitely be back. And putting a bug in those guys' ear to get back behind the booth with them.
Oh, we apologize for interrupting you there, Rick. I don't know what the fuck.
Sorry.
Rob, I hope you fucking use DuckDuckGo when you search that photo, dude.
Oh.
'Cause-
Oh man, if we ever do a Patreon, parts of
know,
our
I-
chat
I
has
know.
to go on to that.
Rick, it wasn't about you. I saw a picture.
No, I saw it.
You were talking, and I was like, oh shit.
I thought I was zoning
That's
out
fuck-
and doing something stupid with my face. I'm always really self-conscious about that.
Oh shit. All right.
too
Well, we're
funny.
back on Tuesday
Alright.
with Iowa Sox, right? Hopefully, we'll have
Yeah.
them on. Talk
Yeah.
Field of Dreams game, which is next Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited
Talk a
for
little
that
bit
one.
more, hopefully, some NFL football. We'll get some news breaking this week. Obviously, training camp's going on and continuing.
Which training camp are you paying attention to, Blake? What's the training camp you're paying the closest attention to?
Me?
Yeah.
So I'm paying attention really closely to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. What
training
about
camp.
you, Rick? Rob?
Titans.
Yeah. What about you,
A-
Rick?
And Chicago.
I'm
and
kind of like
Chicago.
tuning into a little bit of
but-
everybody's,
yeah, I mean,
like
I'm from
because
Chicago, so I will
for
watch
fantasy
Chicago.
purposes.
Oh yeah. But is there one that has like caught your attention the most?
Yeah, the Detroit Lions.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, they're very close to the
Yeah.
Chicago Bears. They
They're
play
gonna be
them
on Hard
twice a
Knocks.
year. They're on Hard Knocks.
Of course they are.
Maybe
The-
the Bears are in the lead now.
Did you see the video the other day of Dan Campbell doing burpees with the team?
Yeah.
And
No,
the
but
dude,
that's fantastic.
dude in like the second row was like half-ass doing them and like bending over and like touching the ground, not going down, like bending over, touching the ground. They
I'll
were
tell
like,
you
this
what.
dude's not going to be on the team next week.
I'll tell you what, man. I like Dan Campbell, and I think
So do I.
like the Lions, like everybody thinks of them as being like trash, but I'll tell you what, there was a good chunk of their games last season that if they had one or two plays like break their way, they would have had a decent record. Like they weren't just getting constantly blown out all the time. Like they had quite a few one-score games.
No, I think they're going to be a lot better
Yeah.
than people think this year. And I think
He's,
Goff's the perfect quarterback for them right now because
Ugh.
he's just not. You're not going to expect much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
He's a bridge quarterback.
He's a bridge quarterback. So next
Yeah.
year, I think they're going to dip their feet into the pool and draft a quarterback.
Maybe they could trade the Rams for Matthew Stafford. Heard he's pretty good.
I heard he's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like he didn't come up with the Rams though, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What kind of dumb team would have traded him? Obviously not the
What are we
Lions.
talking about?
Stafford.
Not the Lions.
Yeah.
His AT&T commercial is fucking hilarious.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it's funny. You need to watch it.
You should.
It's really fun.
The AT&T
Well, no, I like-
girl's really cute.
I like there was a whole controversy about that, about the AT&T girl.
Rob
she
looks like the Undertaker or something right now.
Yeah,
It's just
okay, it's
all
not just
dark.
mine.
Like his face is just. I was gonna say you look like the
Funny.
cover of a hip hop record from the '90s.
No, I was just reading this article.
Zoning out.
I was zoning out, but I was also reading this article. But
All
I was
right,
listening to you guys.
Well, that's about all the time we got for tonight. Let's wrap it up. As always, we thank Brad from coming on from the NFA. I'd be excited to see if we can get out to one of those fights. I know that I should be able to, definitely being in
Yeah,
St.
you're
Louis, so.
you're right
Yeah,
there.
I wish they would like travel more, like to, like Indiana.
They should just
I
come
would
to
love to
see that.
Springfield because then you guys are equidistant from
Yeah,
me.
that's true. So how about this,
Yeah.
Rob? I go to an NFA thing, you go to a Chip Walker fight.
I will.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Cool.
And I'll
Rick,
do
we'll see you
none
at
of
Soldier
it.
Field.
We
Your-
will see.
Your new favorite team.
Rick, okay, would it be more fun to go to a football game with one person from the show or two people from the show?
Like Ryan said, 20 minutes. I
I'm
would
sure
love
we
to see
could find
Ryan
you
at
a hotel like 20 minutes from Soldier Field.
I wouldn't need to. You would be at the Jags game with me.
Oh yeah, I'd go to a Jags game. Fuck yeah, I'd go to a Jags game.
Actually, it's funny
Yeah,
you
I would
mentioned.
too.
I just went over to the little place on base where they, they'll sell stuff like that, for cheaper than what you
Mhm.
can get online or out in town or whatever. I just picked my tickets up today for the Texans Jaguars game.
Nice.
So, I'll probably
see they're
still
selling-
rock.
Two favorite teams.
Commanders tickets at Costco?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're
probably
selling
get those.
Commanders.
You probably don't even have to get that fancy. You can probably just get it at the Circle K.
you're gonna be able to get them next to the scratchers. Give me
Let
a
me get two number two.
let me get a 3 and 2 and give me a couple of those tickets there. I'll give them to the
Yeah.
grandkids.
I don't even think you can probably go into the bathroom like where they have like the
The condom
the condoms,
dispensers.
yeah. Yeah, just go to Circle K and get
Get a-
you some
Get a lot
Commanders
lizard
tickets.
and some Commanders tickets.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
depends
alright,
on what
guys, we're-
time of year it is, because if it's in the fall, Carson Wentz is probably too busy to be a lot lizard.
No.
All right,
I
guys.
hope
We
that they beat the
appreciate you
dog shit out of
always. I'm
Cowboys.
cutting you off. We're ending this. We're getting out of here before this gets out of control again. We get another warning from YouTube.
We got a warning from
always-
YouTube?
We're going to after the Commanders comment.
Which one?
Exactly. So, all right, guys. As always, we appreciate you. We'll be back on Tuesday for the Bam Sports Show. Be a friend, tell a friend. See you guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace.